we're going to have a look at Lound Wood Annexe, which is that road. This is the view over Eakring Clash. And this, you're looking pretty much southeast with Eakring Flash. Over on the left, not that you can see it now because the flash is hidden behind trees and shrubs. It's a lovely day and we're looking over some land that I did visit in spring. And a good bit of set aside it is as well. It's been here several years and there's a exciting bit of habitat. And here we are in September. Everything has a very different feel. But it's a lovely September afternoon. And this is the little annex, as I always labelled it, to Lound Wood. There's a gap of about 50 to 100 yards between the two. At one time, all of this south-facing hillside would have been woodland. It's a nice little spot. Being woodland is tranquil. So we can have a minute to ponder. This area set aside, I'm presuming it wasn't set from seed, but it's absolutely full of knapweed. I don't think it was set because there's a lot of bramble that's on the side, and certainly a spread from the side of the woodland here. So that has been cut back, quite rightly. It can get too invasive if left too long. There's a migrant hawker dragonfly just knocking around in front there. And we're looking east from here at Lound Wood on the left of the picture there. And we're looking further down the valley, down towards Kersal. Russell's bush cricket. There's one or two in this grassland as it is now. It really is super habitat. We're in need of more of this kind of habitat on fields. It's nice that farmers are planting small areas of woodland, but areas such as this are also needed. Where wild flowers can be left to grow unhindered, attracting such a variety of insects. Yet again, I'm going to mention nectar source, because nectar sources, good nectar sources, are few and far between. And of course, the thing that we really need is we need sites like this joining up. And thankfully on this farm at Eakring, Ryle's farm, sites like this are joined up by a permanent steward set-aside scheme, which has been in place for many years now. It's due for renewal as well, and I'll be helping them with a species list for that. And that's a 6-metre strip around most of the fields in this area. And the strip is accessible to the public, and half of it is cut once annually, occasionally twice depending on the growth, and half of it is left, and that creates a fabulous habitat around many fields and allows invertebrates and other animals to move through and find new areas to colonise. So it's a very, very useful thing to have. It's a shame more farmers can't adopt it. So, a nice little view of the English countryside in September. Some big oaks along this southern edge of the Annexe wood, and some big ash trees as well. Luckily, ash dieback doesn't seem to have had the disastrous effect it was thought it would have. These trees here actually don't look affected at all. There's very little evidence of ash dieback. It is evident that younger trees down at Eakring flashed, but here, no. This is a good edge of woodland for purple hair streak butterflies. The only butterfly I've seen today is 2 or 3 speckled woods along here, and red admiral and small tortoiseshell. And I might go for a bit of a stroll along this edge and just see if they're out about. Trees in the countryside, away from woodland, are every bit as valuable and every bit as useful than a tree situated within woodland. In fact, probably even more useful. Singular trees, or small groups of trees away from woodland, will be an obvious attractant for many species, because for those species that rely on oak in their life cycle, if there aren't many oaks within a certain area, they will be attracted to the one tree. Which is why I'm not a fan of thinning woodlands out. Said before, you might not have watched the video. If you've got 3 trees in a wood and you chop 2 of them down, all the invertebrates that would have been spread between those 3 trees now have the option of only 1 tree. That in turn must eventually put pressure on that 1 tree to support all those invertebrates, and in fact it can't. There's a limit to how much a tree can support. So you end up where the invertebrates have nowhere to go, so their numbers drop. They don't think about that. Then again, they never do. It's all about the habitat. But what they really need to do, and what we'll try to get them to do, is to think more about what's in the habitat before they muck around with it. Lound wood has never been touched, as I mentioned before. It's privately owned, and he did used to, well, he didn't really do anything in, he chopped the odd tree down, but you could never tell, and he basically just left it. That's why it's got a really good species list.